Hey everybody, this is the Aggressively Medium podcast with Lee and Josh.
Hey Josh.
Hey.
I was just trying to change it up.
Yes.
'Cause I'm sleepy.
Yeah, you've had a lot of late nights since your wife left. Mm-hmm. Going out and going to the strip.
This is full day 2.
Yeah,
they left Tuesday.
Well, I'm happy for you.
I'm tired.
It's weird when you don't have somebody else there to like check you on stuff. Where it's like, you stayed up late last night.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get it. But we're on episode 56.
Yeah.
So
56.
And we got a lot to talk about this week, actually. Yeah.
You do?
We do. There's a lot of stuff on there.
We'll see.
Okay. Well, first thing I want to talk about, we've talked about this before, is the fact that we're both in a marriage small group together.
Huh.
And this week at marriage small group, they had we played the newlywed game.
A
version of the newlywed game. Couldn't figure out the rules at first.
Never figured the rules out.
Never figured it out. Well, we got it kind of. I think we actually got some points that we weren't supposed to get.
Me and Anna cheated.
Really?
I told her what to write down multiple times.
Really? I did it once. So
I don't care.
I did it once.
They can have the gift card back.
Yeah.
I
felt bad about getting the gift card in the first place.
I didn't.
There was one moment.
Are my feet in the way?
I don't know.
I got to keep them elevated. I'll get a
blood flow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My sugar's low.
From all those Mountain Dews you've been drinking.
I hadn't drank those yet. They're still in the bed of my truck.
All the sodas you've been drinking. Sorry.
My diet in the past 2.5 days is 70% Diet Dr. Pepper.
Hey, there's a lot
two
wrong with
cases.
That.
At the house.
So
it ain't my fault.
I rarely get into like discussions on Facebook, but I saw somebody posted a picture the other day, and then somebody reposted it. And so I saw the repost, but I commented on the original post. It was like somebody was in Publix, and Publix was doing buy 2, get 2 free.
So buy 1, get 1 free.
Well, no, you had to buy 2, at least 2.
Okay.
But they were like, it was at Publix, and they're fully stocked. And these people were like, this is what happens when you... See, that's funny that we like talk about this stuff, and you're even confused about like, why would that even make sense? It's because of the whole like be more white campaign or be less white, where like the PR or the HR people had this big
at Publix.
No, at Coke.
Oh,
remember Coke had the thing like a couple weeks back. So they were like trying to like put a correlation between these two things, and they were like, see, look at this. They're trying to get rid of this stuff and nobody's taking it. And I commented on the post because I was like, this was this past week. The week of Easter, they had the exact same deal for Pepsi products.
Yeah.
Buy 2, get 2 free.
That's what they do.
And I just commented, I said, hey, look, I'm a conservative too, but I think we're reaching a little far with this. Like you're putting this correlation.
It was a conservative.
Yeah.
Coke went woke.
Yeah.
And now nobody they have to give away their soda pop.
Yeah. And
nope.
I said, because, and I even commented, I said, I bought Mountain Dew and Pepsi the week that they did that of Easter.
Yeah.
And somebody was like, well, did they have it? Was it fully stocked? I was like, yeah, it was. Publix does a good job of fully stocking things. Like that's why. And
it ain't Publix. It's the Coke guys and the Pepsi guys.
Well, somebody was like, well, was it fully stocked? And I commented, I was like, yeah, it was pretty fully stocked. I said, this happens all the time.
Yeah.
So I even remember when I was a kid, we would alternate in our household between Coke products and Pepsi products, depending on the sale.
Throw some check in there every once in a while.
No. We were poor, but we weren't hopeless.
Sam's Cola.
Sam's Cola's pretty good.
It's fine.
We talked about it.
Yeah. RC's the best.
RC is the best.
Pepsi's number 2.
It's a close race between those two.
RC is so good.
Anyways.
Sorry.
Small group game. I A of all, we went through everything so fast. Half of the things I didn't even have answers for.
Yeah.
They were like calling the question out for us to answer it, and I was like, okay, I gotta figure out what my answer is going to be.
You went silly at the end.
I
noticed
did.
that.
Yeah.
I noticed that.
Because it was just everything was so quick. I was like, I just got to write something down.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was, what cartoon character would you view your spouse as? And so you were supposed to write what you thought your spouse was, or
and
what
then
they would say,
and then what you thought your spouse would say you were.
Yeah. And so I put for
which
me,
is so confusing.
Shrek.
Yeah.
And when everybody read the word Shrek, nobody made a noise because everybody thought I was calling Meg Shrek.
Oh.
And so I had like immediately like a dozen eyes on me, just like, I cannot believe you would say that about your wife. And then below that was the donkey from Shrek. But what I was saying is I'm Shrek and she would be the donkey from Shrek.
The jackass.
The donkey.
That's what they're called.
But once I explained it, everybody started laughing.
Yeah.
And then I did it just being funny. And then as we were like leaving small group, we were talking about it. And there's not a better comparison for our relationship.
Just bickering back and forth as you
She's
travel.
just so like, and I'm just like, I freaking hate everything. But
I get it.
anyways, like she gets so excited about the weirdest, like when we were driving back home, she did I'm making waffles. And I was just like, ugh. And it was just, this is the most we are Shrek and the donkey. Does the donkey have a name other than Donkey?
No, he's Donkey.
Donkey. Okay, good.
Talking flying donkey.
What a good movie.
It's good. Shrek's great. I tell you what, we can talk about Disney and Pixar all you want. DreamWorks
has got some bangers.
Used to put out some good movies.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
They went shot for shot with Pixar.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
Well, now they've still got the, what's the dragon? How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh, those are the best.
They're good.
They're great.
Meg loves them.
They're fantastic.
Whatever. I could take them or leave them.
How to Train Your Dragon is good.
Yeah. Yeah. But speaking of movies and stuff, we got to talk about a celebrity that we've talked about this series 100 times.
You'd think we were a Bachelor podcast.
Yeah. You would assume that if you knew. If you listen to the podcast, that's 90% of our content.
It's one of Josh's favorite things in the world.
I do enjoy it. I'm starting to get less enjoyed by it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
Because it seems like every week there's something else. It's just like, it's either, people are getting upset at each other about something.
Just have people make bad decisions based off of emotions and be done.
Yeah. That's all I want.
Yeah.
I don't care about the backstory. I don't care about the drama.
Quarreling.
Yeah. All the back and forth.
And tears.
Yeah. I want to see people making bad relationships.
I want people. I don't want any of it because I hate the show.
I love it.
The premise is so anti-common sense. But I've watched Love Is Blind twice.
So you can't say
Netflix,
much.
so
yeah. You can't say much.
Yeah.
That's the one where everybody's blind, right? Or are they deaf?
Deaf, blind, mute.
Deaf, blind, mute. Everybody's deaf, blind, mute.
Yeah.
And so
they're all in comas.
All they do is just walk around touching each other's faces.
No, so they're all in comas and they just shuffle their beds up beside each other. And if the heartbeat monitor ticks,
then
win.
they marry them.
Yeah, they win.
Dang. That's awesome.
It's a pretty cool show.
It's a $3 million prize too, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, if you haven't been paying attention, love is a vegetable.
I think that's what it's called. Yeah.
Love is a vegetable.
Love is a sprout. They're all potatoes.
Colton Underwood from our dear friend, season, Hannah Brown.
Hannah Brown's paramour.
Yeah. He has come out as being a homosexual. And he is still claiming to be a Christian as well. He said that is a part of the reason that he thought he wasn't gay because he was so oppressed
Oppressed?
He was so his
How long has he been gay?
apparently all his life.
Is that what he said?
Yeah. He's like struggled with it back and forth. And then he was in the Christian church and they say that gay's not good. And so he was like, I can't be gay if I'm a Christian. And now somehow it's worked out for him. Some passage in the Bible, I guess he read.
So here we go. Hypothetical.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say
We're lost in the woods.
No, that's not yet. If he and Hannah had gotten married,
Oh, gosh.
and then same timeline, they've been together for 2 years.
Yeah.
They're married.
Mm-hmm.
Probably she's pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
And he comes out and wants a divorce. Is he a bad guy for leaving her, or is he celebrated for speaking his truth?
I think he's celebrated in the public eye. I think he's celebrated.
And that's why we're headed down the old hole
Yep.
as a planet.
Yep. This is along the same lines. Lil Nas X, that song Montero that we talked about a couple weeks ago is being taken off of all the streaming services for some reason. They haven't said why it's being taken down, but Lil Nas X tweeted the other day that if anybody wanted it, he's uploading the MP3 to Pornhub.
Oh, fantastic.
So that you can listen to it.
That guy is a bad day away from not being on this planet anymore.
Probably so. Probably so.
Uh,
But with the Colton thing, me and a buddy were texting back and forth the other day. And
about how happy you were?
yeah, about how happy we were for him.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah. That, hey, he's a good looking guy.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
But my buddy texted me and he just sent me pictures of like the top 4 girls that were in Colton's season. And he said
He had a season?
Yeah, Colton had a full season.
I thought he was just on Hannah's.
No. He was the main character, and then Hannah was on his season, and then Hannah got a season after.
No.
Yes.
He was on her season.
No, sir.
Really?
That was Hannah's season. Hannah's first in the Bachelor Nation was Colton's season.
Who did he pick?
He picked Casey was her name, but she was like didn't want to be with him and all this other stuff, and then he ended up like ditching the other girl to say that like he was gonna like go follow her to find her and all this other stuff.
Was her name Cassie?
Cassie, that's what it was.
That's the girl he put a tracking GPS in her car.
Yeah, because they were engaged.
Because he's a lunatic.
Yeah. Well, so anyways, my buddy texted me the final 4 contestants of that show, and it was like, you mean to tell me that you made out with all these girls and you're still...
He's
and
impressed.
I said, that's the best case for I was born gay that I've ever heard in my life. Because you've got 4 of like the top most attractive girls in the world, in the U.S.
Arguably.
At the time.
That said yes to being on that show.
Yeah, that said yes to being on that show. And you're still... I was like, that's a pretty good case for that, honestly. Because most of the time it's like, well, they'd never... Anyways. It was a joke.
I'm still confused.
A joke. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Well, Hannah was on his season. That's what we need to worry about right there.
Huh.
Hannah was on his season.
I remember him. He was a little juiced up.
Yeah, he used to play football.
Like arena ball or something.
No, he was in the NFL.
I got to make sure we're talking about the same guy. This kid didn't play in the NFL.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Well, while Lee is looking that
Colton
up,
Underwood?
Yeah, Colton Underwood.
Colton Gobblewood? That is him?
Oh. Dang. Dang it, man.
It was funny, wasn't
So while you're looking that up, did you hear about the kidnapping at Jason's school the other day?
it? No.
There was a kidnapping.
I don't know who this is.
You don't know who that is? Who are you thinking then?
Do you remember the real crazy guy that was on Hannah's season that was like, he told her she wasn't a good Christian?
Oh, yeah.
That's who I've been thinking about this entire time.
No. I know who you're talking about. I can't remember his name, but I know who you're talking about.
I thought that's who we were talking about
I think that guy's name starts with a D or something.
Okay. So that's why I was confused because he didn't have a season.
No, he didn't. No, he never had a season.
Okay.
Well,
I'm sorry, everybody.
did you figure out if he was in the NFL or not? So, kidnapping the other day
Yeah, tell me about Jason.
at Jason's school. Everything's okay now. He woke up, but there was a kidnapping. I had you because you're distracted. You're distracted.
I was waiting to hear about it, man.
You're distracted, so I slid that one in there while you weren't paying attention.
All right, so Colton was a practice squad guy for a couple teams.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean he played in the NFL.
Still,
I mean, I guess it does, but
yeah,
let's not. You didn't like Colton Gobblewood?
that was funny.
That's
But
good.
I had to slide on it because you say you've got it figured out now when I'm going to make a joke, and so
Oh well, you caught me on a bad.
I know that's
Yeah,
what
you caught me busy.
It was a
and
perfect
sleepy
storm. It
and
was a perfect
sleepy.
storm.
Yeah,
I had to slide that one.
There
in
was no chance. I
Um,
didn't even check up when you said it was at Jason's school. Like I wouldn't have heard about that.
Yeah. So Colton's crazy.
Yeah.
He did. I remember that installing a tracking device and all that stuff.
Colton Underwood's college coach. They asked him about it. Colton Underwood's former college football coach teammates, after he came out publicly as gay, took long enough.
That's what he said. Took long enough. Dang.
Wow.
There's also a clip from his season with Billy Eichner. You know who that is? He was on Parks and Rec. He was like the really like.
Oh, he does that stupid thing where it's like something in the street.
Yeah,
and he just
yeah.
yells at people.
Billy in the street or something like that.
Yeah,
Billy
what
on the
did he
street.
say?
So there was a clip. He was on Colton season. Is like they bring celebrities every now and then to do a funny date or something. He was on that season, and the clip has been resurfaced now where like Billy was like making fun of Colton for like possibly being the first gay bachelor. So
Luke.
P.
I don't know. It's
Luke.
just he's the top one.
Yeah,
top
Luke.
Luke.
Yeah.
I
remember
thought
Luke.
we were talking about Luke this whole time.
No. Luke.
I'm not near as interested about any
Yeah,
of this.
that's
now.
fine.
I thought it was Luke.
Speaking of something that we are
Dang.
interested in, there's a major celebrity divorce going on
Oh yeah.
right now. You know more about it than I do.
So this is all public.
knowledge.
Yeah. So this isn't some like insider thing that it's not on the internet yet. Our pastor, one of his sons, David, married Ashley Turkhurst, who, if you don't know who that is, good. Congrats. Ashley Turkhurst's mother is Lisa Turkhurst, and she's like a celebrity Christian speaker, women's conference.
Yeah.
They got married a couple of months before Anna and I did.
Okay.
So we beat them. That's what I told Anna on the phone last night. Like, we beat them.
Yeah.
But they are getting a divorce. And
Why
much should
are
we
they
talk
saying
about
they're
it?
getting a
'Cause-
divorce?
oh, because God was saying that's the direction they needed to go.
Okay. So I'm just gonna read what she put on Instagram real quick.
Good.
I'm writing this with shaking hands today. No part of me wants to type these words, but I feel I must share them with you. What I've been going through. The last 2 years have easily been the hardest season of my life. I've been fighting tooth and nail for my marriage for a long time.
Doubt it. I'm gonna be honest here.
We've gone to
Okay, let's go.
marriage intensives, counseling together and separately. We've read books and prayed and tried every strategy and sought wise counsel. About 8 months ago, I realized we could not put back together what was this deeply broken, and David and I legally separated. Oh, dang. This happened a while ago then.
8 months ago, they separated.
Okay.
They're getting divorced now.
Nothing in me. Well, she said legally separated.
Yeah, they got legally separated. That doesn't mean divorced.
Okay.
It's not the same thing. It's like divorce light.
I'm so confused by that. Anyways,
Yeah.
nothing in me has wanted our marriage to end, and I certainly never thought
That's not true
that
because you wouldn't have done
divorce
it then.
would be a part of my story. But it has been made abundantly clear multiple times that this is going to be the end of David's and my journey together. I still have so many questions for God, but I'm confident that this is where He is leading me. I know that this is what's best for my health and the only way for David and me to move forward and be the best parents we can to Riser.
That's not true either.
Which is certainly our highest priority. This is
not true either.
This is the most heartbreaking, difficult, confusing, excruciating, and soul-crushing thing I've ever been through, and I now understand why God hates divorce, and I wouldn't wish this pain on my worst enemy. We, alongside our families, are figuring out day by day what the future will look like and are determined to work together to co-parent Riser the best way possible. I'm choosing to believe that there is something beautiful on the other side of this and that God isn't finished writing my story. I would treasure your prayers during this time and would also covet some time, space, and privacy in the
Get off
weeks
Instagram.
and months ahead as we try to navigate through this difficult season. Thank you.
I don't want to say too much because at some point in the future, I'd like to be able to still have somebody that works at Highlands come on the podcast. But
Yeah.
That's all horse ass.
It seems like
Talk me down because I hate it.
it seems like what she's trying to say is that they've been through some hard stuff in the past 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And
Their son's 2 years old.
Technically, it would be less than a year and a half because they separated 8 months ago.
They quit trying 8 months
So it was like
ago.
a month or a year and 3 months or something like that.
4.
4 months. A year and 4 months was the hardest year and 4 months of their life before they legally
The
separated.
last year and 4 months of my life's been the hardest year and 4 months of my
Yeah.
life.
2020 was a rough year, guys.
Yeah. What are we talking about?
But it seems like she said a year and a half was really hard.
Mm-hmm.
And something in that year and a half has happened to where they just can't do it anymore. And God is okay with that.
He's cool with quitting.
He's cool with quitting. She understands why God hates divorce.
Mm-hmm. As she does it. As she chooses to get divorced.
As she chooses to get a divorce, which seems silly to me, but it's a two-faced coin there because I know that God hates sin
Mm-hmm.
and I still sin.
Yeah.
I try not to, but it kind of, it's like the way that I always view these things is in the book Scary Close by Donald Miller. He says he believes that two people can stay married no matter what.
Yeah.
Other than abuse. He said if there's two people that are not lying to each other, if they're honest with two people who are honest with each other and want to work it out, can always find a way.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who those two people are.
Yeah.
And that was like, to me, that was kind of refreshing whenever I was in the dating world, because it's like you put so much pressure on, like, is this person going to be a good person, or is this person going to be the right person, or is this perfect person? Is this the perfect person for me? Which is a lie. There's no perfect person for you out there. Other than the person that you marry.
Yeah.
That's the perfect person.
Yeah.
Everybody else don't matter.
Yeah.
Anyways, and there was a precedent set for her, I think, though, too.
Her mother.
Her
and
mother,
yeah.
when they were getting a divorce and then backtracked and didn't.
Yeah.
So I think
Can you not just imagine in your mind's eye that she told her daughter, like,
it's okay,
get out now
Yeah,
so that
yeah.
you don't have to do this in 20 years?
I could see that.
Yeah. I can hear it.
I could, yeah. And it's sad that
Yeah.
that's what it's come. I mean, I hate that.
I hate it for the boy.
I hate it for the kid. I hate it for the Hodges family. I hate it for the Turkhurst family. I hate it for everybody involved.
But they set him up for failure when they named him Riser. So,
Well,
yeah.
anyways.
He was playing with a half empty deck to begin with.
Anyways. I have a hard time believing that God said separate
Yeah.
from anybody.
Yeah, he doesn't say that.
Yeah.
Go read the book of Hosea. It's like 3 chapters long.
If he
it's pretty
has,
short.
then like,
Yeah. If he did that, then all this is
yeah.
yeah.
Because and marriage is supposed to be a reflection of our relationship with God.
Yeah.
God has never left us.
Yeah.
Therefore, you're not supposed to leave the person that you're with.
Yeah.
I understand hard stuff happens, hard times come, hard times leave, hard times go. But like, and granted, we don't know the inner workings of their relationship. We don't know what happened. We don't know that both of them just didn't quit at one point, or
I
one
was
quit
around
or the
her
other.
when she was down here.
Mm-hmm. That's Pastor Chris. He said, "Stop talking."
Yeah, I'm sure. That's, gosh.
Yeah, it's
She was down here as a student and an intern at the church.
yeah.
It's not surprising.
Well,
I'll just say that.
I was never around her. I think she came over to our house like 1 or 2 times to hang out with some of my roommates when she was down here. But like, I never outside of that, never like talked to her or anything like that. Didn't know her personally, but it just, there's just, in my head, there's no way that God said leave. There's nowhere in the Bible that God said, you need to get a divorce from this person.
Now there are 2 reasons that I believe it's like Leviticus, which were man-made rules. God gave us 10, and then we created over 400 of them. So it's like if you get cheated on, or if there's, I think the only,
I think it's just cheating,
and then if like your spouse walks away from the faith or something, or I don't know though. I'm not.
What's crazy is I've seen people in relationships where one of them's walked away from faith, and then they stuck it out. The person stuck it out because they said like, "This is my mission now.
Yeah.
Like this is."
Right.
They are the lost person that I'm seeking to save now.
That's not that can't be right, because it only says don't marry a non-believer.
Yeah. Don't unequally yoked or whatever.
So, but Pastor Chris has said on stage multiple times, none of those really apply. Like if you get cheated on, you make it work.
Yeah.
If
you always make it work.
Yeah.
Always.
But, I guess if David
outside of divorce, and there could be like, hey, we need to separate from each other for a little while to get all this stuff figured out and to like work this out. Completely understand that. But never ending it.
Yeah.
And I might
it's frustrating, especially when somebody's like, these are the 6 things that we tried to do. I don't think you tried very hard.
Yeah.
I don't know what to, like, unless as you get in the bed at night, and he says, I'm going to kill you tonight while you sleep. And he just does that every night of your marriage. Other than that, I don't think you tried as hard as you could, because you obviously could have stayed together. Y'all made a mistake.
There's not 2 people working together in this.
Right.
If they're getting a divorce and we don't know who it is, we don't know which one it was, but like there's 2 people, there's one of 2 people or both people that aren't trying anymore.
Yeah.
They're not wanting to work it out. Yeah. So it stinks.
Yeah. Also, okay, so yes, it stinks they're getting divorced. The kid's going to have to deal with that no matter what. That kid will be affected by that.
Yeah.
Don't justify it. Don't try and justify it. Do I need to do something with my mind?
No, you're good.
Okay. Don't try and justify it.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as we just talked about that Colton guy who, I'm gay now, but everything else is still fine.
Yeah.
Everything's fine. There's no repercussions. I'm still a Christian, which if you get divorced, I'm not saying you're not a Christian, but like, don't.
If you're gay, you can still be a Christian too.
We don't need to start talking about this.
We don't. We don't.
We don't need to start talking about this.
We don't. We got fun stuff to talk about later.
Because you ain't. But anyway.
Yeah. You can't be actively gay and be a Christian. I misphrased that. We don't need to talk about that. But
struggling and glorifying are 2 different things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we talk about something nice?
Yeah. Let's crazy facts.
There we go.
Let's talk about some crazy facts. So the first 3 that I have are like time bending, like confuses your brain to how these 2 things happened at the exact same time.
Right now.
Good. That's what I need.
I might puke.
I might puke. Okay, so when the Pilgrims landed at Plymouth Rock, they could have booked a hotel and ate at a restaurant in Santa Fe.
New Mexico?
Yeah.
I don't believe that.
Well, it's history. There was a conquistador.
The Spaniards.
Yeah, that at that point had got into the. Also, it was called New Mexico before it was a U.S. territory or anything like that. They called it that area New Mexico, even when it was part of Mexico.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was a conquistador who had already settled in that town 16 years before Plymouth Rock.
All right. So I get it.
Just
Cortez.
interesting.
I took a whole class on Spanish cuisines.
Interesting. Betty White is older than sliced bread. Do you know that?
That's funny. Like loaf bread?
Yeah.
Yeah.
From like the store where it's
Because that's
sliced
probably
up
like
and
the
put in a
40 or
package.
50 something. Yeah. Well, she played an old lady on a TV show in the 80s.
Freaking 80. Yeah, in the 80s. That was over 30 years ago.
That was 30 something years ago.
That was 30
She played an old lady on a TV show in the 80s.
And she's still an old lady.
Making stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Macy's department store is older than the countries of Germany and Italy. 1858.
Is what? Macy's?
Macy's. Yeah.
So pre-Civil War.
Wow.
That store's been around.
Wow.
No wonder they got a parade on
that
on
gun.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I never even. Dang.
Yeah.
Macy's is older than Betty White.
By a little bit. Yep.
Okay, so these are crazy. This was a Reddit thread it was things that celebrities have done that they got away with that are just inconceivable.
All right.
Steven Tyler, do you know who that is?
Yep.
Aerosmith guy.
Yep.
Got custody of his 14-year-old girlfriend so she could go on tour with Aerosmith and they could be together, and her parents consented to that. John Travolta,
that dude's crazy,
refused to give his son his prescribed epilepsy medicine because Scientology doesn't believe in mental illnesses, and as a result, his son died. It's not something we talk about. Nobody talks about it. Karl Malone, ex-NBA player,
the mailman,
impregnated a 13-year-old girl when he was 20 and in college and refused to have a relationship with his son.
Well, yeah. Prison.
Well.
Should have. Boy
George handcuffed an escort to a wall and beat him with a chain.
Boy George is a coach on The Voice, Australia.
Nobody cares now. What about the guy who's on Shark Tank ran over the people with his boat and killed them?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know about that?
No.
The Mr. Wonderful?
Really?
Yeah.
On accident?
This was like a year ago, 2 years ago. Somebody was drinking.
Well, it was an accident.
Sure.
He probably don't drive his own boat.
No, it was him and his wife.
Oh, well.
They ran over another boat and then left the scene.
Dang.
Yeah.
Did he get in trouble?
He's still on.
Is that on your list?
No, I just remembered that.
Man.
So do you know how George Washington died?
No.
He went out riding one day in the rain. And
you're smiling. I don't know if I believe this.
Just because you're looking at me. You're looking at me like you didn't believe me.
You're smiling.
This is not a joke. He went out riding when it was wet and cold, and he came back in, and he started having a sore throat, got exponentially worse. Lymph nodes started swelling up. And so he went to the doctor. And the doctor drained 18 ounces of blood from him and said, "You'll be fine. Take 2 and call me in the morning," essentially.
Bloodletting. That was what they did back then.
And then that didn't work. And so they crushed up some, this certain fly that was like supposed to be like something that dried out skin. And so they did that and they put it on his lymph nodes to try and like dry out whatever was in his lymph nodes. That didn't work. Over the course of the next 2 weeks, They drained 40% of his blood out of his body,
Mm.
and then gave him something to throw up. Because who needs hydration at this point?
Yeah.
You know. And so he was throwing up, lost 40% of his blood, and then died as a result of those things.
Of the treatments.
Of the treatment. Most people think it was just a sore throat or an infection, a throat infection that just needed some rest. But that's how George Washington died.
How old was he?
Probably as old as Betty White.
Yeah. 1,000?
1,000. I don't know.
Dang, old GW.
Yeah.
Well,
That's crazy.
you can't win them all.
Yeah. Apparently there's like 16 things we can't win because those were all just the weirdest. I saw those facts this week and I was just like, that's some of the craziest stuff I've ever heard. Macy's department store.
Is older than the Civil War.
And sliced bread.
Yeah.
Talking about stuff crazy. What about that UFC fighter?
Yeah. Oh.
Tell me about him.
Let's see if I can stumble through this article. This is from ESPN,
Uh-huh.
and it was April 2nd, so 2 weeks ago. MMA fighter Kitag Pliev had to have a finger surgically reattached after it was severed during the second round of a fight Thursday night in Philadelphia. The fight was it doesn't matter what the fight was. For several minutes, what are they, refs? Is that what they call them? The ref stopped the fight in the second round after he noticed that the dude was missing his left ring finger.
What's funny is the fighter didn't realize he was.
Adrenaline. But you're still looking at your hands.
Yeah.
And
I
that
mean,
thing-
I feel like I would bring my fingers together into a fist and be like, something doesn't feel right.
That will make even more sense when I keep reading, too. For several minutes, those in the venue were searching for the stray digit. They looked all around the cage. They even did an announcement over the PA, like, hey, if you've seen this guy's finger, bring it up to
There's
the front.
a blue Camry outside with its lights on. If you see a finger.
There's a left ring finger somewhere. Like it was going to be sitting under somebody's chair.
Yeah.
It was ultimately discovered that the finger had come off and was lodged inside his glove all along.
Oh, wow.
So you closed your hand on it, and it's like you're
He was just holding it.
It just got jammed down into all the padding. And
What's weird is, like, did they not take his glove off while they were sitting there?
Pliev told ESPN that he was taken to the emergency room and that the finger was reattached. He said the doctor told him he tore 50% of the tendon on his finger and that he'll potentially need another procedure. Of course, he lost by TKO.
He came back and won it, guys.
He entered the cage after the fight was stopped, and Pliev told him that the finger was dislocated in the first round. So it got dislocated in the first round.
Okay, so he didn't feel it in the first round, and then subsequently, somehow, I guess.
And somehow came completely off in the second. Goodness. It was unclear on the broadcast. Okay, at least it's not all the way down to the hand. It's
pretty
just
close.
like that first knuckle.
Pretty close. I don't know if that's the first knuckle, bud.
It's above your ring, ring. Still, though.
Sheesh.
He's going to appeal the fight result.
I didn't lose because.
Yeah. Pliev said the opponent, Goodall is the last name of the guy that won, kept holding his glove, which might have led to the finger detaching.
He's got a strong grip. If that's the case.
This is a quote from the guy who lost his finger. In the second round, he caught my glove with one hand and held it. I felt my finger snap. He kept pulling my glove and my finger snapped. We kept fighting. When the second round was finished, I see my bone was out in the open. I wanted to keep fighting because I felt like I had this guy, but the doctor saw that and stopped the fight.
So what I'm guessing probably happened is maybe he did break his finger.
He broke his finger.
And then he kept punching. And then if you've got it broken right here and it's just a shard of a bone that's constantly making contact with skin and muscle,
just cut
it off.
And then jammed down into his glove.
Yeah. What's funny to me is like it was the ref that figured it out. Like the ref's like, you ready? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did you have 9 at the start of this, or were there 10 fingers?
So does that? Oh, your bone's out. You got a protuberance coming out of that glove. Oh, it's your bone.
Ooh.
Where's the rest of it? Somebody look under their chair.
Somebody look. If anybody finds the ticket under their chair,
dude,
they get to keep it.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a UFC fight. You were saying it was a bare knuckle.
No.
Something.
It was legit. Cage Fury Fighting Championship aired on UFC Fight Pass.
Yeah.
UFC's not gonna show bare knuckle brawls.
What? No, bare knuckle fighting championship is another version
on UFC.
It's not a UFC. It's an MMA. It's not bare knuckle. They still got gloves and stuff on, but it's just called bare knuckle fight championship or something like that.
This wasn't in somebody's backyard.
Yeah, but
this was an arena in Philadelphia.
Yeah, but that wasn't a UFC.
It's a lower level.
Yeah, it's one of the like feeder leagues.
Pliev 37 is a Russian native who competed in the 2012 Olympics as a wrestler for Canada.
Mm-hmm.
He was 5-1 in MMA coming into the catchweight fight Thursday.
That's insane.
But they reattached it.
Well, that's good. Was he got like a 2-week suspension or something like that before he can fight again?
However long. Once some stitches come out. I don't know how you put bone back together. Or if it's just on there loose.
It'll fuse back together.
He's probably out for a while.
It'll fuse back together. They'll put like rods and stuff in it and then...
plates.
Yeah.
In your finger. Yeah. Just lop it off. You don't need it.
It might be like
especially if it's up here.
Yeah,
like but you still got some.
Yeah, but well, I guess if you're
when you close your fist, it's up underneath anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
No thanks.
Nope. No, thank you. I'll just stick with my LCL injuries.
Yeah, I'll just be sleepy.
Talking about crazy fight and stuff. This weekend is Ben Askren, who was ex-UFC title holder.
Really?
Yeah, he's a really good UFC fighter.
So he's out of money.
Well, I think just somebody called him out and he thought this would be fun
to box a Vine star,
a YouTube, a Vine, because he's fighting Jake Paul this weekend. I'll be watching it because it's boxing. So this is an interesting. Since it's boxing, Askren has never been a good stand-up
striker.
Guy. He's a wrestler. Yeah.
Then he's like you beat.
But he's been training with a lot of really good striking people, and so some of the stuff. I saw an article today that was talking about like they polled a bunch of UFC fighters to see who they thought would win, and it's like 30 of the people said Askren, 15 said Jake Paul. Like 5 people were undecided. So I'm pulling for Ben Askren.
Yeah.
Of all, because I hate Jake Paul. I hate both of the Paul brothers and want them to just get beat mercilessly.
Because this is like his third fight, right?
And none of them have been against professional boxers.
No.
He's saying that this is his third professional fight.
He beat up Nate Robertson.
Yeah.
Who is a
basketball
5'5" former NBA basketball player.
And then KSI.
And then him, but in England.
Yeah.
He's like a internet star from England.
Yeah.
Also not a boxer.
And what I think is interesting is like his older brother has a fight. Logan has a fight with.
They're both fighting?
Yeah. Logan started fighting and then Jake was like, I'm the little brother. I got to do the same thing he does. But he is fighting old
Money?
Yeah.
Mayweather?
He's fighting Mayweather in June or July, I believe.
So Mayweather will kill him.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Hopefully.
That's the goal.
Yeah. And the thing is like, there's a lot of people saying that like the Paul brothers, for like where they are in their career as boxers, like they're doing okay. Like they're okay at certain stuff, but like you're talking about going against Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather's the best boxer of all time. Like arguably for his weight class, he's the best boxer of all time.
Yeah.
And fought not that long ago.
Yeah.
So he's not like he's 60.
Yeah. He's not
he's not
Mike Tyson.
He's not shaking the dust
off
not
Evander
his gloves.
Holyfield.
Yeah.
He's not Muhammad Ali. So I hope
they need
Jake
to
Paul
both get beat and quit it.
And neither one of them have fought people they're professional boxers. And so I think when they get into a professional boxing match, they're going to get demolished. And I hope that's what happens. They're skipping to the front of the line with a lot of people because they're YouTube stars.
Yeah.
And,
which has no bearing on.
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
And Conor McGregor, him and Poirier, they've got their third fight coming up.
Yeah.
This week.
This week?
No, sorry. I think it's June. Anyways, they've got their third fight coming up in June. And Conor McGregor was talking about backing out of the fight the other day.
Conor's not in it anymore.
Conor McGregor, before their second fight, said, I'm going to donate $500,000 to Poirier's charity. Yeah. And it's been a long time.
And he hasn't done it.
And so Poirier called him out on Twitter. And then he was like, oh, we haven't received, you didn't tell us where the money was going. He's like, what are you talking about? Like, that's not how donations work.
Yeah.
Donations work but ended up, I guess Dana White was like, shut up, Conor. You're still fighting him. Because he said, Conor at that point was like, called him all these names and then said, I'm not fighting you. And then now they're fighting again. So, a lot of really good stuff coming our way as far as fights go. You got the Paul brothers.
Have fun.
McGregor coming up.
I could not care less about any of it.
I like UFC.
I know. Where are we at?
You got would you rather?
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
So, I was listening to this podcast about this. It was like in the 1800s.
So around when Macy's was popping off.
Macy's was, they did their ribbon cutting.
Yeah.
And then the U.S. Army sent this squad to map Antarctica. To go check out Antarctica.
Yeah.
And there's like 25 of them. And they all died, obviously. Because nobody had been that far into Antarctica. There's nothing up there except ice and supposedly like alien ships and stuff.
Down there, but Antarctica South.
Anyway, whichever one, I don't know. It's top or the bottom one. They're both the same.
Bottom.
Then what's on the top?
Nothing.
It's just the same as the bottom. Ice.
But I think it's just like open ocean.
No.
All right, keep talking about what you're talking about. I'll look it up. You just keep going.
So I was listening to this podcast that this guy wrote this book about this expedition to Antarctica or to the North Pole, whatever. They're the same because the North Pole is where Santa lives and it's all ice.
Oh, bud.
No?
Antarctica's down here. North Pole is up there. It's just open ocean.
Well, I don't believe that. But anyway.
I'm showing you the world map.
That's Google. That don't mean anything. Anyway.
Showing you the world map and you don't believe me.
Wherever these guys were sent, it was all ice. And, no, it was the North because
North Pole.
They had Greenlandic navigators.
Okay, yeah.
Which is
so
up
North
there.
Pole. Yeah.
And it's ice, just the same. It is.
There's a piece of it that's ice where the North Pole is, but it's not like Antarctica where there's...
Okay. So, they're going to go map out the North Pole, I guess.
Okay.
They're going to find Santa.
Yeah.
And it's a military mission. And they send like 25, 26 guys.
Yeah.
4 come back. And as this guy's telling the story, these 4 make it because they start eating folks.
While they were alive or
no, they're dead.
Purposefully killing them?
No, they died and then they
like
ate
Steve
them.
Looks like he's got some good ham hocks on him.
So that's part of what I wanted to ask you. So say we're doing this mission or we're out in the wilderness.
Me and you are doing a mission.
We're somehow stranded.
We go to my family's property and go squirrel hunting, get turned around.
Yeah, get lost. It gets dark.
Yeah.
Are you going to be a cannibal to survive?
So I've thought about this.
Everybody's thought about this before.
Well, you remember the soccer team? They got stuck up in the Andes Mountains or whatever?
Twice.
Yeah. There's a documentary about it too.
Yeah.
Anyways.
You know they caught so much flack when they got back by like the Pope The Catholic Church.
Yeah.
That they were going to hell because they ate people.
Yeah.
They also the Pope did say like, oh, never mind. After a while,
you wonder if those guys ever like get like you know what I'm feeling right now?
thigh bone, a human thigh.
Yeah. I got a weird craving
Some
right now.
dude's forearm would be just
I just
right.
got the weirdest craving.
Would you do it?
How long have we been stuck?
Long enough for people to be dying from starvation and stuff. You're starving to death. Everybody's starving to death.
Mm-hmm. And you starved to death before me. And then I'm like...
We don't even have to start out with eating me. We can just start out with eating a person in general.
Okay. Did it make it a little too real for you?
I just... If you wanted to ease into the discussion...
Okay.
A person.
Yeah.
A stranger.
A stranger. Ooh.
Plane goes down in the Andes. You don't know everybody on that plane.
Yeah.
Are you eating a person to survive? I'm licking my chops. I'm all for it.
I mean, I have a hard enough time with onions.
Yeah, that's true.
I literally gag if I chomp down on an onion or it hits my taste buds, my body starts gagging. So, as long as it doesn't taste like onion.
A stranger's calf.
Yeah. Their baby cow. A stranger's baby cow.
No, their calf muscle.
Their calf. Yeah, their baby cow.
Their leg.
Their calf.
Lower leg muscle.
Yeah.
You eating it?
I'm going to have to.
Yeah.
We ain't got nothing else.
I don't have a problem.
I'm not going to enjoy it.
I don't have a problem.
That I know of.
I don't have. No, you're not wanting to.
But
it's either that or die.
After the first bite, it might taste like chicken, though.
I don't care what it tastes like.
Might taste like Chick-fil-A.
If you've got to do it to live,
yeah.
Hand me the silverware.
Yeah. Do you think you think it would make it any easier if there was a dog laying there and you'd already ate the dog?
Yeah, because we were already past the dog.
And then so you're like, dog's
right,
done.
Next thing.
Man's best friend's done. Now man's my best friend. My best friend. I got to eat my best friend.
Because see, I think that who it is might matter.
I agree with you, but it's probably different.
Like it doesn't matter?
No. I agree with you in the fact that it does matter, but I think our reasoning would be different. If it's like a best friend, you're saying it would be harder to eat that person.
I think
it would be easier because in my head, I would be thinking, well, I don't know. In my head, I'd be thinking, I don't know this guy. I don't know what he's got back at home.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's people that's missing him.
I don't know if he's diseased.
Yeah, I don't know if he's diseased, but like my buddy, I'm like me and you, we're sitting here talking about it right now. So if it happens, I know that you would want me to eat
I'll tell you right now, if I don't kill me, but if I die, eat me.
We'll see.
If I die of natural causes,
yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it happens.
Eat me.
Yeah,
have at it.
If I'm hungry enough, we'll
you could live a while on these hams.
I know.
So
yeah, well, they're not muscle, but sure.
They are. Well, gee, I'll pick a house up.
Is all that muscle right there?
Yeah.
No. Go up a little bit.
I didn't say eat my stomach. I wouldn't go straight for your liver.
That's where bacon is.
I wouldn't go straight for your liver.
Well, I don't think anybody's going straight for a liver.
I'm just saying, these booty cheeks, you could live for a year on my rear end. That's fine.
That's probably going to be the last thing I eat. Let's just be honest.
That's fine.
We've been stuck up there.
However
in the ice.
You want to do it.
Here's another thing. What happens if you're not in the cold?
Yeah.
Because the cold, essentially in all these cases, in the
story, they buried these guys when they die. They buried them all together, and then at some point we had to go dig them up.
Yeah.
But they're frozen. They're in a freezer.
Yeah, but
if we're in the Amazon, that's a quick decision.
Central Alabama.
Yeah.
It's you're gonna have, all right. He's dead.
That's a game time.
We've got to do it now.
You got about an hour.
If we don't do it now, we're not going to do it. We can't do it. And then you got to worry about smoking meats and all other kind of like, depending on how long you're going to be in there.
Yeah.
What would be horrible
Is if they come and get you immediately.
Yeah.
They find you as you're like picking me out of your teeth.
Yeah. You just got done. After your first bite.
You've got my calf in your hand
And I
like a corn
down,
cob.
I just swallowed it.
And the helicopter flies over.
I heard they just drop a line. They just drop a basket for me. Like they were waiting for me the whole time to see if I would do it.
Yeah.
And then they finally figured it. Yeah. That would be miserable to me. I don't know if I could live with myself after that. But if it was like if I ate you and then I had 20 days.
It'd be like
that,
if you shot a flare and they responded and then you started eating me. That'd be different.
I'm safe. Let's go to town.
I'm a little hungry though. Yeah.
Can't wait for this rescue copter and them MREs.
Yeah. I'm just telling you now.
Down on this LEE.
I'm just telling you now, if it came to it and you didn't murder me to eat me, you can have it.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Yeah.
There's not much of me to eat, but
no. But if you said like a family member,
who?
Your wife or Jason.
Yeah.
Or,
see, and if it's a kid, I'm probably not eating them.
It's like veal though.
I'm probably not eating them. I'm just telling you right now, I'm probably not eating them.
So you die before a stranger kid?
A stranger kid's different. If we're talking about my kid, it's different.
But if they're already passed and there's nothing else you can do, there is no food.
Man,
and it's between you and surviving.
It's sad that I wouldn't think twice about my wife, but then my son, I'm like, dude, I can't do it. You just can't make me do it. But
now again, we're not saying you hit him in the head with a stick and then eat him. That's not what we're talking about.
Your ship gets stranded, and then after you on the beach,
and I'm not talking about you've been stranded for 3 days either.
Yeah,
this is like if I don't eat something, I will die.
Yeah. So, when you get back to land, are you telling anybody?
No.
No?
Not unless they figure it out. When they go back to the scene and they find gnaw marks on somebody's bone, I guess I have to talk about it. I'm not going to voluntarily talk about being a cannibal.
Yeah. Well, here'd be my thing is if this happens, right, and I ate you, right, I'm either throwing the rest of your body in the ocean if we're in the ocean, or I'm digging a hole and I'm burying whatever's left of you. And then I'm going to tell the rescue crew
that some wild animal did it.
He told me he wanted to be buried here. He told me.
Y'all don't go dig him up.
Don't go dig. Don't look at those bones. Don't look that they've been cooked on the inside. I'm telling you, he wanted to be buried here.
Yeah.
Because I don't want a soul to know about it.
Yeah. Or like if you're in Antarctica, they'd be like, how did you make it? I don't know. I just ate a bunch of stuff.
I just found a couple wild.
It just worked.
Some pheasants were running around.
But like, you look okay.
That
like,
would be, dude, that would be hard too, is if they were like, well, what'd you kill? And you'd be like, there's there was like some rabbits. And they'd be like, there's not rabbits up here.
They wouldn't know you killed anybody. I just lasted.
Well, but
I just made it.
They would, if you were healthier than when you went into the woods.
This group of 25 in Antarctica, were out there for like over a year, stranded.
But what happens if they pull up on you and you weigh more than when you left?
Possible.
If you weigh more than when you left, and then they're looking at you like, and then if you look healthy, they're gonna be like, well, what'd you eat?
Your skin looks good.
Yeah, what'd you eat? And you're gonna be like, I ate there's a bunch of iguanas running around. Mm-hmm. Like there's not iguanas, and
I'd eat a person over an iguana. That's nasty.
I got a buddy who ate an iguana.
Yeah,
he was on
Afraid guy.
Naked and Afraid. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a question for you.
Uh-huh.
Before you were married, how long in between changing your sheets would you go?
As long as when I moved the next time.
Okay.
Years.
Changing your sheets as by you go wash them.
When I move.
Okay.
And you strip the sheets off to put the mattress in the bed of the truck, and you wash them.
You washed them when you got back.
Or my mom did.
I
never.
It
Never.
Take a while. It'd take a while.
Yeah.
When they'd start getting stains
and like beat it up, and you can like look at it and tell like exactly where you sleep at night.
Yeah. Or I'll tell you, this would be a reason that I would wash my sheets is
when you TT at night.
Yeah. When I TT in the bed at night, if I had somebody I was dating and we're gonna watch a movie or something at my place, I'd wash the sheets.
Shouldn't have been in your bed.
Well, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Happening, it's done with now.
When you and Colton went over the house.
Yeah. I really so I was on my own from 18 until like 29 before I got married. I think I got married at 29.
Mm-hmm.
So that was 11 years. I can probably count on one hand the amount of times I wash sheets.
Yeah, if that.
Mm-hmm.
I can count on 2 fingers how many times I wash my sheets. No, so when it was post-college, I shared a room with a guy.
Oh, yeah.
There were 5 of us living in the house.
I remember that.
Over behind Target.
Yeah.
I didn't even put a bed sheet on my mattress.
Oh, my gosh. That's crazy. I don't like the feel of a mattress.
It was fine.
Yeah.
And then when we all moved out and got married and stuff, I traded that mattress to the guy I shared a room with for a TV.
That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, because
I'd take that deal.
He got a soiled mattress.
So this is mattresses too. I didn't buy a mattress. I haven't bought a mattress until we got married.
Yeah. Me either.
They would turn up somehow. Somebody would say, "Hey, I know somebody who's getting rid of a mattress." I'd go, "Bet, I'll be there. I'm gonna pick it up. I'm leaving my house right now because I need a new mattress because this one has like depressions in it where
ripped. The edges are ripped. The bottom's out of the box spring.
I've flipped this mattress over 100 times.
Yeah.
Because it keeps sinking in certain places because I've just worn out that area.
I think we would always do like get one on Craigslist for $25.
See, I tried that one time.
Or just come get it and you can have it.
See, I tried that one time. And when I stopped doing it after this one time because it was somebody on Craigslist said, "Hey, we've got a box spring and mattress that we're giving away." And I said, Tell me the address and I'm coming now. Mm-hmm. So me and 2 of my buddies went and he had like one of those, the Pontiac Aztecs or whatever. Like it was like a small, it was like a Cherokee before Cherokees were around. Mm-hmm. So we go over to this person's house and it is a house that their parents lived in that their parents hadn't lived in like 10 years. Mm. And they're starting to clean everything out. And when we went in there, it was like, you could literally see like rats running when we walk in. And they were like, "Oh, they're in mattress cover." Like they had like sealed them up and stuff. And I was like, "Oh, awesome." And so when we picked this up, there was literally mouse carcasses inside of the covers that they had. And so, but they were like, "Hey, I want those covers. I want the thing that zips up in it." And I was like, "Okay." I said, "I'm going to tell you what, we'll do that. I'm not taking the box spring. I'll just take the mattress. All I need is a mattress. You can give the box spring to somebody else." We were putting the mattress in the back of this guy's vehicle, and we had all determined we don't want to touch this thing. Right?
And you're going to sleep on it?
No. I had already decided we're finding somewhere on the side of the road, and I'm just going to dump it off on the side of the road. My buddy is pushing it from the back of the car, slips face in the mattress, and he threw up. He threw up because of how disgusting it was. And then I was literally like, "All right, we'll see you later." And we drove 2 blocks and dumped it on the side of the road.
You shouldn't even took it.
Well, I didn't want somebody else to have this same unfortunate situation that I had. But yeah, when we got married and I had to take my sheets off of my mattress and I looked at my mattress for the first time in 4 years, I was like, "We got to buy a mattress."
Yeah.
This thing.
Well, we sweat like 7 gallons of sweat.
That's why you need a rainbow vacuum. This episode is sponsored by Rainbow Vacuums. There's an attachment that you
Get the rainbow vac off of Craigslist
Yeah,
from
for
somebody that
30
had gotten
bucks.
tied up in a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah.
Selling them.
Did you had a weird question too, didn't you?
Okay. As a man, I don't know how women shower or bathe.
I think they take off their clothes and then turn the water on, or they might
Yeah.
turn the water on and then take off their clothes and
Anyway.
then get into the shower,
As a dude,
get wet a little bit, and then lather up.
when was the last time you washed below your knees?
So from here all the way down,
Yeah.
every day, but from ankle down,
So you'll go down the shin?
yeah, I'll go all the way down the shin.
Okay.
Ankle down is like
When my feet get dirty.
2 or 3 times a month, probably. Just because it's like, I'm thinking about it right now.
I
go ahead and
couldn't
knock it
tell
out.
you the last time soap and a scrubber got
Yeah.
below my knee. It's just
Well, it's easier for me to bend over than
true. You're long.
Yeah.
Just think about it though, because it's probably the ratio of showers to washing your shins
oh, for sure.
is not.
Yeah, I'm probably in the minority of people who
That do
wash
it.
their shins.
Yeah. Oh, I think.
Yeah, I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in the minority on that, just because I don't know. It's easy. It's not that hard for me to wash my shins, so I just go ahead and knock it out.
Yeah.
Washing my feet, which is really not that hard either. But I mean,
You gotta kick a leg up.
in my head, this is the way that I've always viewed it.
The soap gets down there.
Yeah,
It
I'm
washes
standing
itself.
in the soap.
It washes itself.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
why
It's a self wash.
do I need to worry about
I agree.
that part?
I don't do it.
I do, but like I said, it's like 2 or 3 times a month. Your back,
I get where I can reach. How am I supposed to wash the middle of my back?
I do this number right here. Back of the shoulders,
Mm-hmm.
done. And
you
then
don't go this way?
no,
Oh, I do.
I don't do that. I just do like the back of my shoulders.
Yeah.
And then what's
Do you have a routine?
Yeah, shampoo.
But I wash my left arm first,
Oh no, I don't have it. Well,
and then my right
no,
arm.
I do my this part first, my belly, my chest and belly, and
Yeah.
then I move the arms.
Because this comes from Anna told me recently that when I'm done in the shower and I'm drying off, she can tell how much drying off I have left to do just by the sound, because I
Really?
dry off the same. She's like, I
That's
can
funny.
tell what body part you're on drying off just because I do it the
yeah.
exact same. You probably do. You just haven't thought about it,
I probably do.
because we're creatures of habit.
Yeah. There's
so-
not much deviation in minute things.
Yeah.
Like that's very minute to
You
me.
just do
'cause-
the same thing.
Yeah. I will say, since I've gotten married and me and my wife have taken showers like adults do, I almost get annoyed when she's like, "Do you want me to get your back?"
Ugh.
Like, I mean, I let her do it because I'm
Ugh.
like, it's been a while since it's been washed.
Like, I don't know what's back
It
there.
needs a good wash.
Yeah.
But also, like, I'm like, why do I need to wash? Like, it's one of those, like, I'm an adult and I don't do this, so why should I do it now?
Yeah.
But I remember growing up, we used to have a scrub brush with a long handle, and you could get back there
Mhm.
on your back. But
You know, they have razors that are like that you can shave your back with.
ooh,
Yeah.
that's a lonely person.
No, somebody just needs.
That's a lonely person right there, bud.
No. If you need to shave your back,
You get your wife to do it.
if you're not married.
That's a lonely person.
So if you're not married, you're lonely.
Yeah.
All of them.
Tell me I'm wrong.
You're wrong. I've never been lonely a day in my life.
Okay.
I am lonely right now because I FaceTimed Anna
Uh-huh.
and the baby last night
Uh,
to say goodnight. And Carolina didn't pay me any attention. It was sad.
that is sad.
I was sad.
sad when your kids stop caring about you.
Mhm.
I thought I saw this online the other day, and it made me immediately sad. Is as a parent, you unintentionally pick up and put your kid down for the last time at some point in your life, and you never think about it.
Ugh.
Like at some point, it's the last time that you do it, and you never think about it. How sad is
I
that?
wish you hadn't said that.
Huh?
Oh,
You're so sad right
that's
now.
terrible. That is absolutely terrible. I cannot believe we're ending on that note. That's so horrible.
It's funny to me that it gets you so bad.
Mm. And then that
Just
and then think of the nights you kind of like halfway put your kid to bed
yeah,
because you're busy.
yeah. And one day you'll never do it again.
I tell you what, one of the scariest things in the world is SIDS.
Oh yeah, sudden infant death syndrome.
They just
Nobody knows what causes it.
They just die
Nobody
in their
knows
sleep?
why. Yeah.
but there are like
There's no reason that everybody has said this is. It's just
right.
Yeah.
It's just like an amalgam of like things that happen because the stuff that can kill a young baby in a bed, they just roll over and suffocate.
Yep. That's why you got to keep them awake all night.
Yeah. Well, you don't sleep for the first year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why everybody's tired.
I have thought about like when I'm putting Jason to bed and as I'm like walking out of the room and he wants to be like, hey dad, one more thing. One more thing. And I'm just like, all right, what is it?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. Good night.
And then
Hey
that's
dad,
it.
one more thing.
And that's the last thing you ever say to your kid.
Yeah. That eats me up.
Well, guys, thank you for letting us. Gosh, I gotta go call my wife. Dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, life's short, man.
Yeah.
You have to cram as much of that stuff in, as annoying as it is sometimes. This is what we'll end on. As annoying as some of this stuff is some of the time, and like as beat down as you get in life, you have to treat those moments like those are the last moments every single time.
That's impossible.
It's hard.
It's impossible.
It's not impossible.
It is impossible.
Strive for it then.
Yeah.
You got to strive for that.
Yeah.
Like, granted, you're going to be tired sometimes. You're going to be, but like, I mean, how rough is that? Like, if you end a conversation with somebody on like a down note or something like that, and that could be the last time you see them, or that could be the last time you hear from them.
Oh, if they're older than 6, that doesn't really bother. If they're not my child or my wife, that doesn't really bother me that much.
It's depending on who it is. To me, like if it's a friend or something like that, I don't know.
I get it, but I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like me
Well,
saying, I don't care about what you just said, and then
Yeah.
I get hit by a car on the way home. It's not that big a deal.
Yeah, it'd be sad to me.
That's fine.
I'd regret it.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Well,
thanks for listening, guys. We
gosh.
appreciate it.
thank you.
Subscribe, comment,
Yeah. Ugh.
call us, text us.
I want to know how
Tell
many, how
loved
many
ones
y'all
that you
people
care about them.
Let me know how many people wash below their knees regularly,
Yeah,
because I bet it's 0.
and then 1.
Yeah, regularly.
I wash below my knees regularly. I just don't wash my feet regularly.
Ugh. Feet.
But
Ugh.
anyhow,
Well, guys, thank you all for letting us into your hearts and minds and homes and vehicles and places of work.
and your buttholes.
Gosh, quit adding that. Just your butts.
Just butts.